Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss a lot of frequently asked questions pertaining to the CFA course. Over the last 3.5 years, we have received so many repetitive questions, so I thought it's better to make a video on it. So the first question that a lot of students ask me is, which undergraduation course is better to pursue with CFA? Now let me tell you one thing, if you pursue CFA, it's a professional qualification. As long as you pursue a professional qualification, your undergraduation doesn't matter at all. But having said that, if you still want to choose one, which you have to, it would be BFM, Bachelor's in Financial Markets, followed by BAF, Bachelor's in Accounting and Finance, and the last one would be Bachelor's in Commerce, BCom. There's no hard and fast rule though. If you don't get BFM, which limited colleges offer, it's completely fine. You can go with BAF or BCom. As long as you're doing CFA, that is what matters. The second question that I get asked a lot is CFA a lot of mathematics? The short answer is no. So if you were an SP student in 12th standard, you need not worry, because CFA does have a subject which is called quantitative methods, but it is bit of a mathematics and more of statistics. And that statistics is such which is new for everyone. You just need to know the basic mathematics, percentage calculation, ratios and all that. But even if you don't know that, it's okay. We are going to teach you everything from scratch in the lectures. So don't let the fear of math stop you from pursuing CFA. I have seen many students fear math, but still they pursue CFA and they happen to clear the exam. So that's all in your head. The third question that I get asked is, I was a science student earlier. Now I have switched to commerce. Is pursuing CFA going to be difficult for me? No, it's not going to be difficult. We have had some science students who have done CFA with us and they have reached till level 3. Now the only thing which I've observed among those science students whom I have taught is that they face slight difficulty in one of the subjects called as financial statement analysis, which is basically accounts. Because you were a science student earlier, you did not have accounts and naturally you don't have an accounting background. So it's fine. You'll need to put a little more efforts when it comes to that subject. Not that you can't do it. If you put a little more dedicated efforts, then definitely that is also manageable. I have seen myself students clear the exams. So again, not a worry as such. Now the next question which I get asked the most is, I don't have a passport. Can I still register for the CFA exam? See, let me tell you, there's a rule that if you want to take the CFA exam, you need to have a passport. But the requirement of having a passport is only when you go to the exam hall. Let me tell you that you can register even if you don't have a passport. So generally the registration is done 8 to 9 months before the exam. That time if you don't have a passport, it's completely okay. You can still register. Once you go for the exam, you make sure that you have a passport. I have myself asked this question to the CFA Institute and they have responded to this. So be rest assured, without a passport, registration can be done. The next question that I get asked is, if I do not clear the CFA exam, do I have to pay the exam fees again? The answer is yes, you have to pay the exam fees again. So make sure that you select good coaching classes when you register for the CFA exam, because you are investing so much in the CFA exam. So just to save on the classes fees, it shouldn't happen that you do not clear the exams, because proper training and guidance is required for the course. The next question that I get asked is, what's the difference between CFA and MBA? Shall we go for an MBA in finance or shall we do CFA? Now let me tell you that the two courses are not comparable at all. When it comes to building a strong foundation and technical knowledge in finance, CFA program is the course to go. The CFA program is the one that you should opt for, because it builds a very strong foundation in finance. MBA is more about presentation, personality development and all that stuff. So, general career trajectory that I advise our students is to first pursue the CFA program, then have some work experience after completing the CFA program, and alongside the work experience, when you are actually working, that time you prepare for your MBA entrance exams and then finally you go for an MBA. Because in my opinion, and having talked to so many industry professionals, an MBA is beneficial only if you have some years of work experience. At this stage, you're just starting off your studies after 12th standard, you shouldn't really rush for an MBA. So that dream is far-fetched. You will have to do, but later on, not right now. The next question that I get asked is CFA related to stock markets? The answer is yes and no both, because people have a lot of awareness about stock markets. They know what is stock markets and all. CFA does cover a lot about the stock markets, but the coverage in CFA is very wide. It covers a lot about bond markets, it covers about commodity markets. So there's so much to learn in CFA. It literally broadens your horizon. If you don't know about other products also, you will come to know once you pursue the CFA course. I rate the CFA program very, very highly when it comes to building a strong foundation in finance. And if you want to pursue a career in finance, CFA is a must do. I am a chartered accountant and a CFA charter holder both. But when it comes to finance, I rate CFA very, very highly because that's something that has helped me build a very strong foundation in finance. The next question that I got asked is, what is the eligibility criteria to take the CFA exam? Now, the eligibility criteria is that a student has to be at least in the second year of graduation, undergraduation, to pursue the CFA program. Now, even if your second year is ongoing and it is not completed, it is perfectly fine. You can still take the exam. So, practically speaking, you can start your preparation once you are in your first year of graduation. So, as soon as your 12th standard boards end and you come to the first year, you can start your CFA preparation. And then once you go to the second year of graduation, you are ready to take the exam. The next question that I get asked is, how many hours do I need to put in every day to study the CFA program? So the thing is that there's no one clear answer to it. It actually depends on the student's capability. So if you are very bright, maybe 2-3 hours would suffice. If you are not so bright, you need to put a little more efforts, which is fine. I mean, not all students are the same. You need to put a little extra efforts. But putting efforts now would definitely be worth it because you are going to enjoy the fruits later on. So let not the difficulty of a course stop you from pursuing that course. And if you think any course is easy, you want to pursue that course because it is easy, let me tell you, the value of that course also wouldn't be that great if something is easy. So nothing worth having comes easy. The next question that is related to the previous question is CFA difficult? Can I pursue it? My short answer is, I've already answered it in the previous question. Nothing worth having comes easy. So if CFA program is difficult, it is for the good. You will get a lot of benefits after pursuing the CFA program. And let me tell you one story. We have a student, his name is Afshan Wadia. He scored around 60% in the 10th standard boards and around 66% in the 12th standard boards. When he came to meet me and he was seeking my advice that, sir, should I pursue CFA? I'm really interested and all. Initially, I was a bit skeptical to tell him a yes because I thought that if the performance is so poor in 10th and 12th standard boards, I doubt whether he would be able to pursue the CFA program or no. But he was hell-bent on pursuing the CFA program. He said that I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm like, fine, you will have to put in a lot of efforts, but... And believe me, that student, he was so regular in attending the lectures. Each and every lecture he attended, he did not bunk a single lecture. And the first 2 levels of the CFA program, he cleared it in the first attempt. And he's right now pursuing CFA level 3 with us. So if he can do it, why can't you? And he has given me a reason to tell people that, if you are dedicated to pursue the CFA program, you can do it no matter what. The next question that I get asked is, how much is the pass rate of the CFA exam? The global pass rates of the CFA exam are around 43 to 45% in each attempt. So when I say globally, CFA exams are conducted in almost 160 plus countries globally. So this is the collective pass rate of all the countries combined. So there's quite a decent shot of passing the exam if you dedicatedly prepare for it. And don't you worry, we are here to guide you how to prepare for the exams. We will handhold you till the very last day of your exams. The next question that I get asked is, how much does it cost to register for the CFA program? Now, the registration process for the CFA exam is fairly straightforward. It hardly takes 5 minutes to register. You don't have to submit any documents also. And the registration cost is $1,140 plus the applicable taxes in your country. So, for example, from an India's point of view, it would be $1,140 plus 18% GST. If you are residing in any other country, maybe whatever the local taxes are in that country will additionally be applicable. In fact, there are 2 types of registrations. One is standard registration and one is the early bird registration. The one which I spoke about right now, $1,140, is the early bird registration. Now, what is the difference between standard and early bird registration? We have made a completely different video for it explaining A to Z about the CFA course. So I highly recommend you all to watch that video as well. The link is in the description. The next question that I get asked is, what is a CFA charter? Now, as I told you, I am a CFA charter holder. Now, let me explain what does that mean. To be a CFA charter holder, you have to clear all 3 levels of the CFA exam, and you need to have around 4,000 hours of work experience in the field of finance completed in a minimum span of 36 months. So I have cleared all 3 levels of the CFA program, and I have a relevant work experience of minimum 4,000 hours completed in a span of at least 36 months. I am fulfilling all the criteria and I pay membership fees every year to be called a CFA charter holder. Now, the benefits associated with being a charter holder are that CFA Institute has a lot of networking events and all which you get to be a part of. You get access to a lot of tools, and if you want to excel in your professional careers, networking is extremely important, and the networking events conducted by the CFA Institute are amazing. I have attended a lot of networking events, and being a CFA charter holder, it has opened up that door for me. It has given me a lot of opportunities. The next question that I get asked is, where do CFA charter holders generally work? So mostly CFA charter holders, or those who have completed 3 levels of CFA but have not applied for the charter, they generally work in the fields of finance. So in mutual funds, in insurance companies, in banks. In fact, the mutual fund industry in India is one of the biggest employers of CFA charter holders. There was a newspaper article in Mint dated 7th of December 2022. I still remember the date, where that article mentioned that a lot of CFA charter holders are employed by the mutual fund industry. And mutual fund industry is one of the biggest industries in India and is growing exponentially. I am sure you also must be doing an SIP, because SIP is gaining a lot of traction. A lot of people are becoming aware about what an SIP is. So a lot of scope in India when it comes to finance. The next question that I get asked is there scope of CFA in India? Now see, if you are committing time and efforts and investment, so naturally you would want that, you can have a good career in finance after pursuing the CFA program. The answer is yes, there are opportunities in India. In fact, let me tell you a story here. In the early 2000s, there was no center. If you wanted to take the CFA exam, there was no center in India. The nearest center was Dubai. Now CFA Institute has opened up so many centers in India, which shows the increasing awareness and the acceptability by the industry of CFA charter holders. So yes, you definitely have a great scope, and we all know about the India stock markets. But let me tell you that bond markets are 3 times as big as stock markets when it comes to developed markets like US, UK and all. So India's bond markets are not so developed, so there's a great opportunity there as well, because India's bond markets are definitely going to develop in the times to come. So if you are equipped with all such qualifications like the CFA, you definitely will be in a position to grab those opportunities. So don't miss this opportunity, because the next few years for India are truly going to be India's Amrit Kal. The next question that I get asked is, what salary to expect once I complete the CFA program? So it's difficult to give an answer here, because every company gives different salary. So I can give you a range. The salary range would be somewhere starting from 6 lakh rupees up to 12 lakh rupees. The range is broad because foreign companies, if they hire you, they tend to pay more as compared to their Indian counterparts. So yes, this is the range, and you can expect to earn this much after completing all 3 levels of the CFA program. The next question that I get asked is, if a student does not clear the CFA exam, which is the earliest exam that he can next take? The answer is that you have to at least wait for 6 months before retaking the exam. Now, what are the exam timelines and all? Again, as I said, we have made a detailed video covering A to Z of CFA in that video. So you can definitely have a look at that video, wherein we explain when are the exam timelines, which months are the exams conducted in, what is the exam pattern, all these details are discussed there. The next question that I get asked is, any other skills that are required to take the CFA exam? The answer is yes, you need other skills also to be eligible to apply for a job. Those skills are financial modeling skills. You need to present yourself well, which is called soft skills. So keeping in mind those requirements, we have designed a course at JK Shah Classes where we would be providing you the soft skills training, the financial modeling training once you are done taking the exam. So once you do your level 1 exam and till the time you wait for your results, we are going to provide you this training. So our motto is not only to help you pass the exam, that we definitely will help you, but our motto is mainly to train you for jobs so that you can be employable once you clear the CFA exam. So I have discussed most of the FAQs which I get asked by a lot of students. Please feel free to drop in the comments, and alternatively feel free to get in touch with us on the given number. We shall be more than happy to assist you. Thank you so much for being so patient and watching the video. Stay tuned.